Hey everyone, my beloved parishioners at St. Dominic Parish, Father Luke here. So I'm on this video with you as we are talking about this feasibility study. I know we've had a lot going on these last few weeks and maybe have gotten a little distracted, and we've been getting a lot of great feedback so far. And this weekend, we want to get the rest of you to be able to participate, to get your feedback because it's important. And I just want to reiterate sort of how did we get here. Last fall, we had a facilities assessment done of this very building, this church that we love, our worship space. And that came about for a variety of reasons. One, the Finance Council was curious about really what are the long-term deferred maintenance issues. There was questions about the windows, there were questions about the foundation, there were questions about the structure itself. And part of what came about, too, was that we are approaching the 100th anniversary of this building. Any good fundraiser will tell you that, there are these big benchmarks, and it's an opportunity to be able to take an assessment of what gifts do you have and how can we best steward them and care for them. And so last fall, we hired a professional company of engineers and architects, and they did a professional study, and that study showed us a few things. Things we were glad to see weren't problems, and other things that we saw that were more immediate issues. For example, the windows. We knew the windows were probably going to be an issue, but we were looking at what the damage was around the framing. And when we considered what that might look like to fix or repair or restore, that meant we'd have to seal the entire ventilation. So to do a window project means we would also have to do a cooling project. But we also discovered, for example, that the flooding in the basement is not a foundation issue, and we've found solutions to that, and that's A-OK. So when we had the facilities assessment done, we went and gathered a variety of experts, both your parish leadership, finance council, pastoral council, and other people who've done things like this. And the decision to move forward to consider how will we address these things came about not just because there's this 100th anniversary, but because we have to be good stewards of what's been given to us, and some of the needs we don't want to necessarily hold off anymore and kick this can down the road. And the decision to come around and do a feasibility study to see what is possible was that sort of development of a lot of consultation and the hope to get your feedback. What's clear about everybody is that this is your parish. This is your building. We are stewards of it, but this is our home. This is sort of where we worship and we call home with the people, but the walls speak loudly for us. And we want, therefore, to have your feedback. So today, what we're going to be doing is doing an in-pew survey. This is sort of the last-ditch effort. This weekend is the last weekend of data collection. And so you're going to have the ushers coming around, giving you, and other volunteers, giving you pieces of paper, which are a shortened version of the survey with pencils. And we're going to stop, because this is actually how important it is. We're going to stop right now, and I'm asking you to please fill out these surveys right now. There's a pencil, here's the paper, and then afterwards, once you're filling it out, you can put them in the basket. Now, some of you may have already participated. We were able to get a hold of you, and you've already provided your feedback. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You don't need to do it again. There is a box on that paper, which we were going to ask you just to please put is just, I've already participated, and just put your name and whatever contact information that might be good to be updated in our system. But for the rest of you, please, who have not been able to participate yet or offer your feedback, this is that opportunity. And please put your information there, because that information, we want to update our system. We want to update all of our records so that we know how to get a hold of you better. It's been a real learning process for all of us, and it's been great to be able to update and clean up our census. So I want to thank you for your feedback, because we want to hear from you, and it's important. And I will promise I will share the information and the results. It'll probably be about mid to late October. We need to go through the data. There's a few permissions and conversations that need to be had, and we need to get our ducks in a row. But I will share with you what has been said and what has been discussed and what the feedback says of this study. So thank you for your input. We love you. We appreciate you. And I look forward to being able to walk these next steps with you. God bless.